So today we're going to install the bag lids start to finish, right? From cutting to mounting the speaker. This is one of those that you really want to heat it, right? Because we're going to be using an oscillating tool. And this thing's going to kick plastic up at you. And with that, you don't want your spectacles to be hurt, right? So anytime that oscillating tool is running, we're going to have our specs on. To start the whole thing, we're actually going to need a roll of painter's tape, and we're going to put that on this lid. We're going to be cutting it with the top on. We're going to cover this lid so the tool, our tools, if it knocks over anything, we're not scratching the material, not scratching the paint. All right, guys, with the tape, it's however you want to do it. I'm going to do ours lengthwise here, but as long as this section of the lid is covered, actually, let me step back and show you. This is your work area right here. So as long as this section is covered, you're protected, right? Protection is good. All right, and just a rough cut. No need to be perfectionist. This is all gonna get pulled off in the end anyway. All right, guys, so now that you got it taped up, again, this doesn't have to be a beauty job, right? The cut is what you want to look pretty. So it's secured by these 3 screw holes, so we're gonna mount it. You wanna pull it tight. You've got these 2 rests here that extend down to the lip of the bag lid, and it comes with some self-tappers. And we're just gonna use our power drill, which is crazy off center. And you don't want to, run them down till you strip it out because it's just thin plastic. All right. So with that, you're actually getting about 45% of the way there. The next step is going to be using whatever tool you have available to cut. Like I said, we're using an oscillating tool. This is my preferred method of doing bag lids. Anytime I'm cutting into dashboards, anything like that, I'm going to be using this tool. It's convenient, it's easy, and it has a reach on it, which is kind of important. So with our bag lids, I've actually tried a few different tools, right? You can use a jigsaw or rotary tool, and they both work fine. But this ejects the plastic out a little bit easier. But again, that's why we want to wear our safety squints, because it does eject the plastic out, leaves you a cleaner edge too. So nothing to do it but to do it. So all right, so quick tip: when you're doing this bottom row, you want your tool to be parallel to the ground, like a 90-degree angle into it. That way the plastic cuts the way we need it to. When you're up here, you can be to the side, or if you want to come down for a plunge cut, that's fine. But this bottom section right here, you do need to do the whole thing all the way through with it running on this flat line right here. Kind of sort of one more thing we need to talk about, right? Don't push. Let the tool do the work for you. All your hand is doing is supporting the weight and gently nudging it forward. Don't push it. Let the tool eat its way through. Now you can keep doing this in your garage, driveway, shop, whatever. You can keep going up it, but so you guys can see it on camera here, I'm gonna rotate our bag around so you can see the top cut as well. All right, I'm gonna stop here. I know it feels like we're jumping around. It's gonna irritate the Jesus out of the video, guys, right? But actually something I wanna show you, just why you wanna keep tight to this curve, right? And that is gonna be, look at the smoke come out of that. The reason why you want to take care on this curve up here is your assembly here that it holds the bag lid down, it locks it, the locking mechanism has a tight radius, and as you can see, that radius matches this radius on the top of the box. All right, so we're gonna lock it down, put her back on her side, and we're gonna attack from the other direction. That way we can kind of keep everything nice and straight. All right, so as you can see, it kind of dropped off, right? And that's because we cut through the template. So now this is ABS, right? So it can stick, so we're just gonna pull this corner off here that's stuck. And you can see that flashing behind it, right? So that part is done. Pull your template off, then we're gonna pull the tape off and clean this edge up. Now there's a number of different things you can use to do that. I found that a box cutter is actually the easiest way to clean the top and bottom ABS flashing off. So bear with me just a minute here. We're making a mess with plastic, right? The kit comes with saddlebag speaker connections, quick disconnects, right? And they're grommeted, so you need to drill a 5/8 inch hole into the back side of the bag lid. Let me turn this one around. That you're going to insert that grommet into. Now obviously, for a lot of reasons, right, I'm not going to re-drill this hole, but let me show you what it looks like. All right, and you're just taking a 5/8 inch stepper bit, drill bit, however you want to do it. Put that hole through, and from the spade connector forward, you're going to insert it like so. All right, and when you get down to this grommet, don't pull on this piece because that'll break the watertight connection, right? You want to put the grommet in at an angle and just pull that through. All right, just like that, that speaker connection's done. Now that we have that in, we're actually ready to get to the sound portion, right? So you're gonna take your grill. This is the part that lives on the outside of the bag. It's got, what do you wanna call that? A groove, a tab, right, whatever. You're gonna situate that onto the bag lid, push it back as far as you can, and then pop that down. This is an interference fit. It's meant to hold it in place for you. So where I have these screws positioned is actually what's gonna mount to the grill. So find your orientation, gently set it. Now, if you've got it pushed in, these should stand up. And we're just gonna go real slow with our power drill. All right, ready? Nice and slow. So now that you've got your grill in place, just give it a quick look around, make sure your seams are good. And we're gonna go ahead and get our speaker installed. This is just the hardware that came with this unit. All right, and using that. All right, and using your quick disconnect saddlebag harness, go ahead and hook up your positive to your positive, negative to negative. All right, and with that, my guys, we're done. Put this back on the bike. You're gonna put your speaker quick connect, your backbone harness in, any amplification that you need. That's gonna be on you, right? So it's done.